Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be taking a look at an opinion piece from USA Today. Now this was written by Rob Montz. It was published on December 13th, and this stupid fuck honestly thinks people are stupider than him. Because you got to be a fucking moron to try to push the shit that he does here. It's hilarious. Because it's complete revisionist history bullshit. Okay, and it completely changes how the government was set up. He's trying to claim that the United States government isn't set up the way that it is. He's trying to say, oh, the president's supposed to be the bitch of Congress. No, that's not how it works. So let's get into this opinion shit piece here and see what Rob has to fucking say that makes him look like a complete and total idiot. Donald Trump's suffocating presence and unhinged executive power is the product of history. No, his executive power is laid out in the fucking Constitution, you dumb fuck. As it is with every other fucking president. But you see certain presidents, oh wait, who all happen to have been Democrats and fucking quote-unquote progressives, wiped their ass with the Constitution. Like FDR and Obama and, you know, a few others along the way. Jimmy Carter did it. But, you know, and let's get into this fucking ridiculous bullshit here. Given the presidency's evolution, Donald Trump, the overlord of American politics, is not a fluke or some historic anomaly. He's an inevitability. Yeah, he might be an inevitability, but it's because of spurging fucking retards like yourself. It's because of the left. You created him. You created the reason for him. But these people, they're too fucking, like, ignorant and stupid to realize that they create these situations. Oh, we had nothing to do with it. It just happened. And the American people voted them. They're fucking stupid. I mean, that's their mentality with this shit. Let's get into this here. Another day, another avalanche of news about the president. Berating Democrat leaders on camera. Oh, you mean about the fucking wall and calling them out for their bullshit? Oh, that's right. You don't want to talk about that because just a few years ago they were going on talking about how we have to secure our border, and now he's calling them out on that on camera, unceremoniously announcing the departure of his chief of staff, calling his former Secretary of State dumb as a rock. Yeah, I don't see any problem with that. You do realize this modern concept of a president being, you know, dignified and not speaking his mind is a recent thing historically. Okay? Teddy fucking Roosevelt spoke his mind. He was probably worse than Trump on that note. Yet you try to portray Trump as like this like new level of the presidency. Teddy fucking Roosevelt had a mouth on him like Trump. He was the first one like that. That's a matter of historical fucking fact. He called out anyone and everyone he had issue with publicly. He did it with his own fucking vice president, if memory serves. Holy shit. Oh my God. It never lets up. Trump is ubiquitous, suffocating presence in American life. No, you've made him that way. You keep putting him in the fucking spotlight. You keep spurging out about him. Like here, going, oh, look at Trump. If you didn't fucking do that shit, he wouldn't be where he is right now. On the note of his presence in American life. But you idiots don't grasp that. And it's a very simple fucking concept, too. It wasn't supposed to be like this. The modern presidency is the framers' worst nightmare. A flatly unconstitutional concentration of power. No. They wrote the Constitution Things have been following the Constitution. You fucking idiot. You really are an idiot. As the Trump era has made abundantly clear, the office itself, its size, scope, and prominence in American life is the driving force of dysfunction in our politics. Huh, really? Considering Democrats are the ones who keep increasing the size and scope of the office of the presidency, even though it might be within constitutional lines, sometimes it isn't. You know, like with Obama signing DACA and shit. I love how you don't bring up, like, all these things that the Democrats did that were clearly unconstitutional. All right. Like FDR with all of his public works shit and the executive orders he did for it and stuff like that. Completely unconstitutional. But it's the big bad Republicans who violate that shit. No, it's you fucking idiots on the left. All right. And it's not an unconstitutional... Oh, my God. It's not unconstitutional what's going on here, okay? You are such a dishonest shitbag. As we get into this, it's going to be more and more apparent how dishonest this fucking scumfuck is. What's the driving force of dysfunction in our politics, though? Excuse me, before moving on, is the left trying to force their shit on everyone else. That's the dysfunction in politics. See, it's supposed to be representative, you know, government, but you want what you fucking want. And you don't give a shit. Article 2 of the Constitution outlines a modest office. The president was to execute the laws passed by Congress, appointed some key government posts, interface with foreign leaders, and use the veto to check populist passions. Bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Some of this is true, but a lot of it's bullshit. The presidency is supposed to be the end-all, be-all of power in the United States, on the note of checks and balances, okay? He has more power and control than what you're claiming. See, the idea is executive orders give him more power. See, you leave out that little executive order thing. Could it be because Democrats tend to abuse it? Could it be the fact that Obama wrote more executive orders than every single previous president combined? And technically, several of them should not even be fucking considered remotely legal because they were signed by the fucking auto pen. He never physically signed them. The founding fathers never intended for a piece of fucking technology to sign them. They meant for the president himself or herself to do so. Fucking A. You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. I mean, this is so fucked up. Well, the president's not supposed to really have any power. No, that's bullshit. That's why there's 3 branches of government and they're supposed to keep each in check. Oh my God, checks and fucking balances. But he's trying to say that the office of the presidency isn't part of checks and balances. Okay, sure, all right. Oh God. Anyway, that's it. The president was basically a lackey to Congress. Bullshit. That is complete and total bullshit. The president is not supposed to be the lackey of Congress. You want the president to be the lackey of Congress. Because it's big orange Batman Trump and he triggers you. So you're trying to rewrite history here. So the lackey of Congress, the deliberative and more democratically sensitive branch of government. Bullshit. Bullshit, 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 bullshit. See, they basically, with Trump in office, want someone in there that has no real authority or power. Because they want to do what they want to do. And Trump, in that position, they can't do what they want to do. So they're trying to rewrite history here. And this is complete bullshit, this next section here. The design worked pretty well for the first 150 years. On the rare occasion, when the executive branch assumed excessive power, such as Lincoln suspending habeas corpus protections at the height of the Civil War, the office's constitutional constraints kept the commander-in-chief in check. Lincoln in the middle of the war, I don't agree with it, but he had the power to suspend habeas corpus. It's granted to the fucking president in the Constitution. You stupid fucking idiot. This guy talks out his ass. Oh, I know what I'm talking about. And he doesn't have a fucking clue. Oh, God. Those same constitutional constraints have kept the office in check to an extent. Except when you have like FDR, who managed to get a lot of shit through that he shouldn't have been able to. But you talk about him and you make him sound like it's so great. All of that changed with Franklin Delano Roosevelt. His first fireside chat, radio addresses, delivered in his charming aristocratic lit, provided comfort, advice, and moral instruction to millions. You do realize that presidents used to go around like Trump does now when they were in office and give talks? You do realize that, right? But yeah, you try, oh, well, see, look at him, he's traveling around, and you bitch about it. But presidents used to travel around the country and hold talks and interface with the population. When the radio rolled around and the Great Depression was there, all FDR did was take advantage of a new technology to address more Americans. There's always been an emotional connection, which we get into right here now. Along the way, they created an unprecedented, immensely exploitable emotional connection with the public. There's always been that emotional connection with the public. But it was based off of even less. People got emotional going back to the beginning, to the very first election, about their candidates. To try to act like there was not this emotional connection with a candidate go back then. Hell, this has always been the case. You look at the UK with Parliament. You look around the world where there's been a democratic type of government, whether it's a democratic republic or a democratic monarchy, like the UK, with like Parliament, or anything like that. People get vested into their candidate. To try to claim this was not a thing until FDR is complete bullshit. This guy's a fucking moron. The connection with the public created expectations. I love that fucking title for this. I mean, dude, seriously. There were brawls over candidates back in the day. Tammany Hall. People had an emotional connection and got vested with candidates. They didn't have radio. They didn't have any of that shit. How the fuck did that happen? You had fights in the 5 points over fucking candidates and shit. I mean, come on now. When you study history before this revisionist Marxist crap took hold, you look at this shit and you want to shake the person like a British nanny shakes a baby. And I'm sure that reference went over a bunch of people's heads here. So, real quick. British nanny here, nannying, going to school for a Boston couple. The baby was crying. She didn't like it was crying. She shook it, killed it. And then, the jury felt sympathy and she, got off for it, if memory serves. And then got deported back to the UK. But yeah, it's like, you just want to shake them like a British nanny shakes a baby. Seriously. In Minecraft. This connection formed the nexus of the obscene set of expectations that have come to define the office. The president is the savior of the national soul, the healer in chief, administering alms in the wake of disaster, the superhero battling America's enemies, the master executive personally credited with the performance of the economy. Oh, well, yeah, we can't give Trump fucking credit for the economy. We can't give him credit for saying, you know, we're going to roll back these regulations, we're going to do this, and actually doing it. We can't give him fucking credit for that. Oh, that's not Trump's thing. You got to love this revisionist fucking crap here. And then this idea of obscene set of expectations that have come to define the office has always been the case. People have expectations of the president. They have always had expectations of the president. And to claim the fact that this obscene set of them is complete bullshit. Wanting the president to actually do shit that's within the confines of his powers is not obscene, asshole. And the president can be the savior of the national soul, or he can be the destroyer of it. Look at Obama and the moral fucking swill that this country has become in the 8 years he was president, and how it flowed into Trump's shit and you know, with tranny kids and all this other shit and hormone blockers. You think that you know, allowing kids who can't make up their mind one day to the next fucking do dramatic shit because and the parents allowing this, go, oh yeah, we'll let you have an innie, kid, because you think you're a girl now. When you get older, it's still going to be an innie, and it's going to be a micro penis, and you're going to be fucked. I mean, the direction the country goes morally is in reflection to your president. And if your president allows total fucking degeneracy, people see that total degeneracy is fucking acceptable. Why do you think after the Democrat Carter years, shit was getting slacked, people didn't like it, you had this rise of conservatism after Carter? Because he was pushing the liberal agenda, and people didn't like it. They wanted a conservative America. They wanted a more morally conservative country. People don't fucking get that, though. But yet, they're trying, oh, the president's savior of the soul. Yeah, he is. He can be the destroyer of it, or he can be the savior of it. He can be the healer in chief, who can be there making sure when it comes to a disaster, shit gets done. See, you're trying to also write off the neocon shit, like, you know, Baby Bush with, like, say, Rita and Katrina. Oh, well, he was expected to actually get shit done and he didn't, but that's because the people just expected too much of him. No, he fucked up. And the president is supposed to be a superhero battling America's enemies because we are the strongest nation in the fucking country. We're supposed to have someone who's an alpha male in that fucking office, not some beta cuck fuck like Obama, Bathhouse Barry, who likes to fuck around with fucking, you know, middle-aged white men. All right? I mean, give me a fucking break. You're supposed to have a superhero in the office of the presidency so no other fucking country walks over us. So no other country takes advantage of us like they have been. So that they can straighten shit out when they have been taking advantage of us. Because other presidents were beta cuck fucks. And this whole idea of, like, I already touched the thing of, see, they can't give Trump credit for the economy because it was his, you know, running the show that created the situation with the economy. So they don't want to give him credit for it. But, you know, here they are taking away from him, but they're going to keep their mouth shut when Obama's claiming that this is his fucking economy. Gotta love the double fucking standards of this shit. I mean, it's ridiculous. Under FDR, these expectations fueled a radical expansion of presidential power, specifically through his use of executive orders. FDR's predecessors averaged a couple of hundred per administration. He issued over 3,700, creating vast new jobs programs in public agencies. Yes, and a lot of it was unconstitutional. But yet it still remains today. So you don't talk about that shit with FDR. You just mention how, oh yeah, well, he started doing this stuff. And then I love how, because people don't know history, you failed to mention the fact that it was a Democrat who did, that it was FDR, a Democrat, who did what you're talking about next. Concentrating power makes the system more vulnerable to abuse. It was an executive order, after all, that established the internment camps for Japanese Americans in the wake of Pearl Harbor. Yes, done by FDR, a Democrat. And this idea of more vulnerable to abuse, because it was an executive order that established the internment camps. Executive orders are part of the Constitution. They are a power given to the president. Number one. Number two, the internment camps were awful, but he had the power to do them. It's time of war. Certain things get suspended in time of war. I hate to say it. I don't agree with what happened because it was morally deplorable. And another thing you forget to leave out is they had internment camps for German Americans and Italian Americans as well. That's a matter of historical fucking fact. Not a lot of them were put in there because you had multi-generational, but it was more like the fresh off the boat German and Italians that were put in those, and they weren't nearly as extensive in their quantity and size. But there were internment camps for Germans and Italians. But, can't bring that up because then it doesn't work well with your narrative, this racist bullshit narrative, because it sounds like you're trying to put the racism thing there. There was little public debate over whether FDR actually had the authority to lock up 100,000 innocent citizens into cages, though there was a Supreme Court case. I hate to break it to you, but there was a lot of public debate over it. The people at the time actually fucking agreed with it overwhelmingly because they didn't know who they could trust. There were people that were against it, but the majority of people were for it. The mystique worked its magic. The mystique. What fucking mystique? This is what gets me is people actually supported the internment camps. Actually, part and parcel. Well, no. If they supported it, they completely supported it. Okay? And there was a lot of people who did support them. And you're trying to make it sound like, there was no fucking public debate over it. They were going to lock them the fuck up because they didn't know who to trust. They just had one of the worst attacks on American soil ever take place. Even, Hawaii isn't part of the lower 48, but it's still sovereign soil. Worst attack. People weren't concerned about political fucking correctness. They were more concerned about national security. Wasn't exactly, a good thing what they did, but that's what the fucking focus of their concern was in doing what they did. Likewise, immediately following the 9/11 attacks, George W. Bush, riding the highest presidential approval ratings in modern history, erected a vast extrajudicial surveillance apparatus to tap citizens' phone calls and emails. Yes, and do you know under whose presidency that program was created? A large part of it? The Patriot Act? Papa Bush and fucking Bill Clinton. Bill, did not have sexual relations with that woman. Clinton. Yeah, a lot of that shit came under both of those presidents. It was sitting on a fucking shelf waiting for an opportunity to exploit to roll it in. You trying to make it sound like he pulled that shit out of his ass. It came from his daddy and Bill Clinton. The different programs that made up the Patriot Act. And the surveillance apparatus that was rolled out as part of it. All sitting on a shelf, waiting to be enacted. Written and came up with during both of those presidencies. Jesus Christ. The advent of television provided presidents an even more powerful tool to craft their image. Personal charisma could now be leveraged to create a cultish devotion. Bullshit! See, I love how you assholes bring up TV and radio. You fuckers control the legacy media. You're the ones who control the narrative. You're the ones who control the perceived image of someone, whether it's the president or anyone else. You're the ones who fucking rig that shit however which way you want it to be. You're the ones who do that, which is why it's 24 fucking 7, 7 day a week, Trump bash, Trump hate, Russia this, Russia that, bullshit. Whether you, when you look on the fucking news, with the one exception in the legacy media being Fox, because they have to be the, controlled opposition to all that other bullshit. Being that they're all pretty much owned by the same fucking companies these days. I mean, you people are fucking pathetic. You push this shit. You control the media. Yeah, he's just able to go out there and do what the fuck he wants and control people because, television. No, it's because he has fucking Twitter and he gets around you shit bricks. That he's able to get people to like him on what he's doing and let him know what he's doing and circumvent the fucking bullshit that you assholes pull. Oh my God. Cultish devotion. You mean like Obama? Because that was a fucking cult. Alright, Obama was a fucking cult. Yes, we can. We can what? I don't know. Just sounds good. That's how JFK, a pill-popping sex addict who shared a lover with a Chicago mob boss, became the youthful icon of Camelot mythology. No, that's not how it happened. Back then, you try to make it sound like everyone had a fucking TV in their house in the late 1950s and into the 60s. Because JFK was killed in 1961, so we're talking late 50s, early 60s. It wasn't common for everyone to have a TV in their fucking home. If you'd watched Back to the Future, they kind of make that clear when it's like, we just got our first fucking TV with Marty's family, his mom, his grandparents and shit. All happy they got their first fucking TVs. His grandparents, his aunt and uncles, his uncles and his fucking mom. That's not how he became the youthful icon of Camelot. Because TV was not a fucking common thing. It wasn't in everyone's household. Even at that point. He became the youthful icon of Camelot because of the legacy media. What we call the legacy media now. They created him into that. You created that. Your kind did that. It wasn't the TV. This is such fucking shit this guy's written. It's literally shit. It should be a turd and carved into it. This big pile of like steaming, festering shit. That's how Ronald Reagan, whose actual policy record is a lot less libertarian than Jimmy Carter's, became the mascot of small government conservatism. That's a complete fucking lie. Jimmy Carter increased the size of the government dramatically in 4 fucking years. Ronald Reagan rolled the size of the government back dramatically. in his first term and continued to roll it back in his second. Jimmy Carter, a statist, big government fucker, who hides behind the persona of being a simple peanut farmer. I'm just a simple peanut farmer here. You know, I'm not going to force my way on you. I'm not going to cause any problems. I'm just going to be in. And then he causes fucking rampant inflation, pisses off OPEC. Yeah, that's real fucking libertarian. Increases the size of government. Again, real fucking libertarian. Increases the reach of government. Again, real fucking libertarian. Increases the size, the scope, the range, the power of. And that's supposed to be fucking libertarian? Dude, as a fucking actual libertarian, you are a lying sack of fucking dog shit. Reagan rolled a bunch of shit back when Jimmy rolled shit forward as in increasing. Nice try there. You just expect that there's going to be a bunch of fucking millennials reading this shit and dumbed down fucking far left fuckwits who've never seen history in their life. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, dude. How the fuck do you have a job when you write lies like this? I mean, I understand it's an opinion piece, but fuck me. Oh my God. Jimmy Carter. I'm sorry, that's just some fucked up shit. And that's how Barack Obama, who railed against the Bush-era expansion of the national security apparatus during the 2008 campaign, got away with retaining that apparatus in its entirety once he got into office. The mystique incapacitates people's critical faculties. No. That's not how he managed to keep his shit. He played the fucking race card. You played the race card. If you question anything he did, you were a racist. Because he's the first black president. And if you question what he's doing, you're questioning him. It's about his race. It's not about his policies. It's not about his lack of intelligence. It's not about his lack of honesty. It's not about any of that. It's about his skin color if you questioned him. That's how he kept all that shit. Because if you start, well, now you're being racist. He can't remove that stuff, even though he promised that he could. Because you're calling him out. You're racist. That's the shit that you assholes pulled. That's why he managed. And another reason why he didn't roll anything back is because he was just lying from the fucking start. The fact that, when you're meeting with fucking Bilderberg, you're sneaking off with Hillary Clinton to have, the meeting like you're going to meet with, the Don. You're going to meet with the Godfather, and he's going to give his blessing. You're a fucking globalist shit pig. You're not going to roll back the surveillance state. You're not going to do any of that because your predecessor, who was a globalist shit pig, enacted it. All right. When someone gets the blessing of the Bilderberg group when it comes to running for president, vote the opposite direction. That's what people should have done. And you're trying to play it like, it was the mystique incapacitates people. No, it's because he was a lying sack of fucking shit. Oh my God. A full third of the White House staff is exclusively devoted to image management. And that image and the popularity it produces is largely detached from the president's concrete accomplishments. In large part, because you legacy media assholes like to ignore the accomplishments of a president and just bash him because Orange Man bad. I mean, come on now. Let's be honest here. Because you are a dishonest shitbag dude. And you want to talk about that idea of concrete accomplishments and the image being detached? Obama didn't accomplish shit except for a failed fucking thing written with the insurance companies called Obamacare, which fucked people out of getting, their doctors and the level of care that they had previously, and fucked them out of having the ability to have insurance because, a lot of middle class people couldn't afford it. But the poor got it. Fuck the middle class. when the poor already get free fucking health care. You know, they can go to a charity fucking hospital, they can go to a regular hospital, and they can get free shit. They can't be denied care. And they know they ain't going to get paid, so they just give it to them fucking freely. That's his fucking accomplishments, okay? He did shit. He fucking killed Americans with fucking drones. And he was a popular fucking president. Go fucking figure. He was a scumbag. Go figure. Executive power goes up, but not down again. Well, of course. And you know who keeps increasing it? Democrats. Obama, again, wrote more executive fucking orders than all previous presidents combined. Okay? Every single one previous to him combined. Because he couldn't get what he wanted through Congress. So he fucking just wrote executive order after executive order, like with DACA, for example, which he didn't even have the authority to do. Executive authority operates in on a one-way ratchet. The powers presidents annex during emergencies tend to get retained in peace and passed along to their successors. Now, what's funny is he's conflating the Patriot Act and stuff like that with presidential power, because that's what they're getting to here. And you know what gets me about that? Congress passed that shit. See, oh, well, Bush, the surveillance state. Yeah, who voted for it? Congress. Who's in Congress? Democrats and Republicans. So that's both the left-right fucking thing that was voted for. So shut the fuck up. You're trying to make it sound like this was a power of him. See, this asshole is trying to confuse people. He's trying to make it so that they're going to confuse shit that Congress actually passed with the power of the president. That's why he brought up Baby Bush and the surveillance state. I mean, it's fucking hilarious. Okay, this is funny. The president can wage war. He can't declare war, but he can wage war for 180 days or something like that, if memory serves. That includes the power to wage war. The Constitution explicitly vests that authority in Congress. The president, as commander-in-chief, is charged with leading the military once called into service. But it's Congress that is supposed to do the calling. Bullshit, 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 bullshit. In the actual declaration of war, that is true. Congress is the one that's involved in that. But the president can bring about military action within a set amount of period without the authority of Congress. That is actually part of his constitutionally guaranteed powers. That's how Papa Bush rolled into fucking, Kuwait to go after Iraq, to go after Saddam. Fucking A. This guy doesn't know shit about shit. Man. This order is shattered in June 1950. North Korean dictator Kim Il-sung launches a surprise invasion of South Korea, and President Harry Truman, without any congressional authorization, sends tens of thousands of troops to the peninsula. Because he did not need congressional authorization, because he had power to send the troops there. It was a police action. It was a military defense action. That's why the Korean War has up until more recently had been called the Korean conflict, because war was never officially declared. But Congress did approve the fucking troops at one point. This is what's so fucked up. Well, Truman, he, without congressional authority, sent tens of thousands of troops to the peninsula. And then Congress fucking approved it after that set period of 180 days or whatever it was. So yeah, shut the fuck up, you dishonest shitbag. The White House brands its response, which eventually builds to a 3-year battle claiming the lives of 30,000 Americans, as a police action. Yes, because war wasn't officially declared, but Congress still approved the troops there. They approved it. But he's trying to say, well, they capitulated. Because they agreed with it. They fucking voted for it, asshole. And Congress completely capitulates, setting the blueprint for unilateral executive war making. Vietnam, they signed for it. The Congress voted for it, you fucking idiot. Oh my God. Vietnam under LBJ. Again, Congress approved it. Cambodia, that was mostly black ops, but all right. Bosnia under Bill Clinton, approved by fucking Congress after the 180 day. Oh my God, Congress had a fucking say in that. Congress doesn't start wars anymore. It just signs off when presidents say we're in one. No. They agree with it. Oh my God. This fucking asshole doesn't understand the fact that Congress agreed with this and that the president has the power to send troops to an area within a certain amount of time. You know, they can operate, and at that point they have to pull out, or Congress agrees to the whole thing of you know, the troops being there. And what gets me is I'm surprised this fucking idiot didn't bring up Grenada. Oh, that's right, because Grenada was one of those in and out situations, and Reagan sending him in, he had the power to do so, and this asshole couldn't fucking spin it, because it's no different than what happened on the note of, you know, any of these other previous, you know, police actions or conflicts or however you want to look at it that they bring up here. All right. The only thing is Grenada was clean, quick, and concise. I mean, hell, it was like, what, 2 days of fighting and 3 weeks of laying out on the beach? Or was it 3 days of fighting and 3 weeks of laying out on the beach? But that was Grenada for you. I mean, this is such fucked up shit. It's not even funny. This guy doesn't know how the government works, but yet he wants to preach to people in his opinion piece about how it works. Does anyone see the irony with that? The left never understands how government works. Or at least these days, at least. Given the evolution of the presidency, Donald Trump, the ubiquitous overlord of American politics, is not a fluke or some historic anomaly. He's an inevitability. Yeah! I mean, this is like, you know, head spinning, pea soup spitting, possessed type shit right here. The evolution of the presidency. I love how he puts it that way. And you want to talk about overstepping power and, you know, abusing it. It's all Democrats that have done it. FDR, Obama, Carter. Oh, Carter wrote his fair share of bullshit fucking executive orders. I'm not saying Republicans haven't done that, but Republicans don't tend to resort to executive order if the people don't want shit, because they know they're going to be by the left-leaning. I mean, because the press has been left-leaning for decades, you know, many decades. You know, all the commies that were found in it, you know. Actual commies, because, you know, the McCarthy hearings were about, like, the press and academia. They weren't about Hollywood. And they actually found commies. And a lot of them were in the fucking press. Go figure. It's because the press just happens to be left. But with all the left in the press, Republicans tend not to do that because they're just going to get called out for it. And they don't want to deal with it because they tend to just cuck to you fucks. Trump don't cuck to you fucks, though. And you don't like that. A president who treats the office as his own private fiefdom, dismissing critics as the enemy of the people. Oh, God. He means CNN. You mean fake fucking news? Wow, dismissing critics as enemy of the people. He's not dismissing critics as enemy of the people. People who talk out their fucking ass like you in the legacy media, like at CNN, like at MSNBC, they are the enemy of the people because they're not sitting there being honest about shit. You're all fucking lying sacks of fucking shit who want to push a fucking agenda, who will talk out your ass, completely fucking lie about something, and then expect people to buy into your shit And when they don't, you go, oh, they're just dumbed down. They don't understand. No, they do understand. They know you're full of fucking shit. You don't understand that. So you try to spin the fact that he calls out you assholes for fucking lying through your teeth. And your critics? Critics don't lie. I love this last part, this next part. A reality TV star with a genuine genius for driving the news cycle. He was a successful businessman long before he was a reality TV star. So, yeah. I think that kind of parlayed into him becoming a reality TV star. Oh, wait, that's right, it did. So, he's a successful businessman with a genuine genius for driving the news cycle. He knows how to cause you fuckers to spurg out, and sure enough, you do. A man with the power to shake the stock market with a tweet. As Gene Healy, author of The Cult of Presidency, puts in my new mini doc for the We the Internet TV, Trump is the extreme energy drink version of what's been on tap for a long time. Oh my God. Shape the stock market with a fucking tweet. A president says something, it can affect the economy. Okay, it can be limited to the stock market, it can be wide across the whole economy. All right, and you talk about Trump affecting the stock market. Because of Trump, the stock market has seen record levels. Because of Trump, the economy is doing better. So whatever he's saying the right things. Ever come across your fucking mind? Oh, wait, you probably think that's all Obama's doing. Fucking asshole. This isn't democracy. It's a soft monarchy. He's elected. How is that a soft monarchy? We're not a democracy either, you stupid fuck. We're a democratic republic. That's not a democracy. It's a representational government. Holy fucking shit. You don't even know what form of government this country has. You don't even know what the fuck a monarchy is. A single person dominating the government. That's exactly what the founders designed against. Yes, which Trump? Did Trump get his fucking wall? No. If he dominated the government, we would have our wall. All the illegals would be fucking deported. All you people would be, crying tears so fucking much because you wouldn't have all the shit that you want. All right? And we would have enough fucking salt to last us 10 lifetimes. Fuck me. Oh my God. Fixing our politics requires draining the office of both its formal powers and outsized importance in American life. Yes, because you don't want Orange Man Bad to have any power, and you don't want to have it when if a Republican gets in there that you don't like, someone who's not on the left, whether they're a Republican and an independent or libertarian or whatever, if they don't like what you like, you don't want them to have any actual authority. That's not how it works. He's within the Constitution. You're like, we got to strip these formal powers out. Half the formal powers that you mentioned are actually more than half. Half the things you're claiming are formal powers. Like the surveillance state was voted on by fucking Congress. You dishonest, sleazy, fucking scumbag. Dude, get a fucking clue, man. You've literally tried to misrepresent a lot of shit here to push your narrative. And someone as dumb as fucking Sargon of Akkad, not as smart as he thinks he is, could figure this shit out. All right? He can't figure out that because he spouted white N on a fucking stream in violation of fucking Patreon's TOS, that could be used against him. He's like, well, I didn't do nothing. That's how fucking stupid he is that fucking dumb, and he could figure this shit out. JoJo the idiot fucking circus boy could figure this out. If given the basics of information on government. Dumbed down leftist fucks who would still agree with your shit would figure this out because they would still want to strip that power. See, but you don't realize you strip that power when you get in there, a Democrat, you're going to want that power back. It's kind of like the idea of when you got rid of the idea of the left and the Democrats, you assholes, when it came to, like, say, confirming, justices, shit like that, you got rid of the fact of having to have a majority of, like, say, 60 to where you just needed 51. And when shit changes politically, you now don't like that. Yeah, that's what would be here. That's exactly what would happen. It would be the exact situation. But anyway, I've covered fucking Rob Montz's bullshit here enough. I've destroyed his fucking cluelessness. So I'm just going to leave things here. And Rob, I'm going to put your name in the description. You seem like the type that would probably, like, check out your own shit. If you happen to, and you see this dude, you're a cock-gobbling bitch who just got destroyed by someone with a laptop and a microphone. Now go fuck yourself. Anyway, I'm out of here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video, when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.